Hello and welcome to episode 75 of my playthrough of Mass Effect Legendary Edition, where I will not be using Charm or Intimidate dialogue options and will not be using Paragon or Renegade interrupts. Before we get started, let's just double check a couple more things in the codex. With the Atlas, Cerberus's research arm has combined the deadly armor and firepower of a Ymir mech with the tactical superiority of a trained human pilot. An Element Zero core allows the Atlas to be airdropped onto a battlefield with minimal impact damage. Its thick armor includes a robust, transparent canopy made from polycrystalline composite proprietary to Cerberus. Alliance engineers hypothesize that the material is some kind of synthetic sapphire, composed with interlayers to resist cracking and thermal damage. Although the Atlas is somewhat unwieldy in the field, its anti-personnel machine guns and ability to shrug off damage from anything short of a heavy weapon makes it a fearsome opponent. Heavy loss of life is to be expected in any unprepared encounter with this unit. Intended for next-generation fighter craft, the Heat Industries Helios thruster module propulsion system far outpaces the typical liquid hydrogen-liquid-oxygen reactions that power a frigate's maneuvering thrusters. By using metastable metallic hydrogen, the Helios boasts a fuel that burns at far greater efficiency than liquid H2O2. Navigators can execute the numerous small course corrections inherent to any long-distance travel without fear of exhausting the ship's fuel supplies. This net gain extends to forward impulse as well. A ship powered by antiprotons can coast temporarily using the Helios to reach an inferior but highly sustainable speed. Such efficiency lowers antiproton consumption, a constant concern for any warship. When a Helios-propelled ship must refuel, however, it typically relies on a large carrier or nearby planetary factory to synthesize the metallic hydrogen. This process uses extremely dense mass effect fields to create the metal under pressures of over 1 million Earth atmospheres, an activity most safely done while planetside. While that process may seem like a drawback compared to skimmer ships that can gather hydrogen and oxygen from anywhere in the universe, the combat superiority of the Helios' maneuvering capabilities is often a worthwhile trade-off. The same efficiency that allows for microburn course correction can power rapid bursts of motion. Once a pilot becomes used to the ship's new energetic responses, she can easily put the ship wherever and at whatever angle she desires. Military ship classifications. I'm not reading that. Oops. To read this one. Shells lofted by surface navies crash back to Earth when their acceleration is overwhelmed by gravity and air resistance. In space, a projectile has unlimited range. It will keep moving until it hits something. Practical gunnery range is determined by the velocity of the attacker's ordnance and the maneuverability of the target. Beyond a certain range, a small ship's ability to dodge trumps a larger attacker's projectile speed. The longest ranged combat occurs between dreadnoughts, whose projectiles have the highest velocity bar but are the least maneuverable. The shortest range combat is between frigates, which have the slowest projectile velocities and the highest maneuverability. Opposing dreadnoughts open with a main gun artillery duel at extreme ranges of tens of thousands of kilometers. The fleets close, maintaining evasive lateral motion while keeping their bow guns facing the enemy. Fighters are launched in an attempt to close to disruptor torpedo range. Cautious admirals weaken the enemy with ranged fire and fighter strikes before committing to close action. Aggressive commanders advance so cruisers and frigates can engage. At long range, the main guns of cruisers become useful. Friendly interceptors engage enemy fighters until the attackers enter the range of ship-based guardian fire. Dreadnoughts fire from the rear, screened by smaller ships. Commanders must decide whether to commit to a general melee or retreat into FTL. At medium range, ships can use broadside guns. Fleets intermingle, and it becomes difficult to retreat in order. Ships with damaged kinetic barriers are vulnerable to Wolfpack frigate flotillas, that speed through the battle space. Only fighters and frigates enter close knife fight ranges of 10 or fewer kilometers. Fighters loose their disruptor torpedoes, bringing down a ship's kinetic barriers and allowing it to be swarmed by frigates. Guardian lasers become viable weapons, swatting down fighters and boiling away warship armor. Neither dreadnoughts nor cruisers can use their main guns at close range. Laying the bow on a moving target becomes impossible. Superheated thruster exhaust becomes a hazard. Much new stuff to read. I don't think I've read all these here. The Artisoni and Engineer Adams have managed to recover Prothean data disks from the wreckage of the Normandy SR-1 on Altera. During exploration in 2183, the crew gathered these fragile artifacts and stored them in explosion-proof safes. These disks I think I read that one. Science teams have been deployed to the ruins on Halim, where an ancient race disappeared 300,000 years ago. Scientists are looking at the planet of Farnuri for clues on Reaper activity. A team has been deployed to Binthu to look at the Prothean pyramids there for any clues. Efforts to collect data from Ilos on the Protheans has been redoubled. Any clues to help translate the Crucible plans? Commander Javik has... I've read that one. First Lieutenant Kaylee Sanders joined Grissom Academy's board of directors after she gave up her military career. When the Cerberus raid on the Academy was thwarted by Commander Shepard, Sanders joined the Alliance engineers working to recreate the Prothean device found on Mars. Her past work as a systems technician, specifically studying synthetic intelligence, has helped decode some of the complex feedback systems that control the weapon's energy output. Some of Grissom Academy's more technically minded students were saved from Cerberus by Commander Shepard. They met up with Sanders, contributing their brainpower to some of the problems she's been tackling. David Archer is another refugee from Grissom Academy, working on the device. Despite his youth, Archer's theories on interstellar cross-modulation have won him respect with the project's scientists. Oh, there's more. Terminus freighters. The Terminus systems teem with planets rich in rare elements, minerals, and other raw materials imported from the Crucible. Fortunately, the Terminus systems also have a great quantity of freighter vessels, Athabasca-class ships, while only lightly armored, can carry millions of tons of freight, with fuel tanks optimized for long hazardous journeys. By pooling their powers together, these gifted students from Grissom Academy can launch biotic artillery strikes that impact targets with the force of a bomb. The process is taxing, but devastates an enemy's front lines. While they've only had a few months of training, Grissom students are eager to prove themselves in the war. Jack, formerly known as Subject Zero, may be the most talented biotic of her time. After helping Shepard destroy the Collectors, she was offered a teaching position at Grissom Academy by the Alliance. Accepting the position for reasons of her own, Jack continued to hone her skills while training her students. Grissom Board of Directors member Kaylee Sanders has vouched for Jack's energetic, if unorthodox, teaching style, impressed with the inroads made with the children under the rogue biotic's care. Now that Kajay is secure, several Drell wetwork teams are deploying with the N7 brigades. The Drell rely on stealth, agility, and biotic power, and being very few in number, they cannot afford attritional warfare. Since Drell possess an eidetic memory, natural agility, and often biotics, the Hanar train them from a very early age, resulting in highly skilled infiltration and assassination teams. Given their relatively small but extremely specialized forces, the Hanar prefer to equip their operatives with premium weapons, shielding, and tools. Oh, there's more. Vorsha pyro unit. Many veteran N7 soldiers questioned the wisdom of letting Vorcha run roughshod on the battle shield with flamethrowers, but their gleeful approach to violence, combined with their blood pack training, has started to change their minds. Their aggressive nature and durability makes them relentless, and no one has been able to argue with Reaper forces getting engulfed in flames. Even so, their living habits on the Isn't it habitats? No, habits. Even so, their living habits on the SSV Isaac Newton are causing some irritation among the soldiers. Don't know if I read that one or not. Husk neural map. The biologists on Chalkos have made a quick study of the brain structures of husks and other Reaper creatures, isolating the parts of the brain responsible for interpreting sensory data. Their conclusions contrast the various strengths and weaknesses of Reaper ground forces when it comes to sight, smell, hearing, and so forth. This data could be extremely useful for soldiers or citizens trying to escape and evade Reapers on occupied planets. When they were struck by the Reapers, the agribusinesses of Triginta Petra had a surplus of both plant and animal-based food products for dextro-amino acid-based sapiens. Both Turian troops, who favor a meat-heavy diet, and the Quarians, who are typically vegan, show a marked preference for these recovered rations, suggesting that although they were wiped out by enemy forces, the Petrans had a pretty good taste. Serving Petran food to a unit about to go into combat can restore a little morale and dignity to an otherwise demoralized squad. The Void Devils are a recent military creation consisting of Vorcha fighter pilots trained by human and Turian mentors. Though uniformly young by other species standards, the Devils have laser-like focus on the task of taking out enemy ships. Courageous in the extreme, they are also notably disciplined for Vorcha. During the invasion of their homeworld, the Devils fought hard, but ultimately obeyed the order to retreat, while the wing was still intact, leaving them alive but burning for revenge. Colonists in the lawless Terminus systems are very familiar with how to handle a gun. As the war rages on, the Terminus inhabitants are realizing they need to worry less about encroaching animals and slavers and become more involved if they are to protect their very existence, let alone their way of life. With increasing numbers of colonists lining up to volunteer, there is also a growing need to replace their outdated firearms with more modern, efficient weaponry. A significant group of frontiersmen from the human colony on Joab are taking up arms, attracted by Alliance guarantees of independent colony rights and Arya's promise of loot. Since Cerberus running Omega has been bad for business, a collection of pirates, slavers, and mercs based on Vatar and the Kyra-Va-Mori system has agreed to work with Arya Taloic. They are mostly Batarian, Asari, and Krogan, and have fearsome reputations. They could be useful if she can keep them in line and under her rule. Elcor from the Terminus, although not nearly as well armored as their Dakuna kin, still maintain heavy weapons to keep pirates away from their haven of Thundawano. Even though most warlike Vola citizens are not effective soldiers, even the most warlike Vola civilians are not effective soldiers, but they carry powerful shield generators and mass-produced drones that give protection to their allies. Finally, alright. Do you have anything new to say?
Yes, Commander.
How are things on Palaven?
The casualty reports are staggering. The Reapers are using our own tactics against us. Destroy the enemy with overwhelming force.
I've seen the same on Earth.
The strategist in me admires their brutality. The Turian in me knows I'm watching the destruction of 15,000 years of civilization. My civilization.
That's all.
I think
Of course, Commander.
he's already said that to me. Alright, let's continue here.
When this war is over, I hope we find every race that sat back while we bled and get some payback.
Yeah, that's a great plan. Follow war with more war.
Commander, you have an encrypted message from a Miranda Lawson.
I just got word. Everyone from Grissom Academy has arrived safely.
We wouldn't have known about them if you hadn't caught the distress signal. Nice work.
Thanks, Commander. Commander?
Lieutenant Vega, Marine Detachment. From James Vega. Hey, Commander. I'm trying to work with our Marines and get them up to snuff, but we really need better numbers before we'll have enough security for the entire ship. The crew manifest has all the details, but it needs your approval before the brass will give authorization. Miranda Lawson. Meet me on the Citadel. From Miranda Lawson. Commander. I heard about your stay with the Alliance. I can only imagine what nonsense they cooked up to keep you there. We should talk. It's safer in person. You'll find me on the Citadel by Bay D24. Miranda. It's gonna be interesting to see if Miranda can survive this. Lieutenant Commander Williams. Spectre status confirmed. From Ashley Williams. Commander, Udina made an offer and I accepted. I'm a Spectre. I can't believe it. With everything falling apart. Does this even mean anything? All the authority, resources, freedom, the whole scary package. But I don't know. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Come by the hospital if you get a chance. They're still keeping me here, but I'm planning on sneaking out soon.
So Jack's an instructor? I guess anyone who messes with biotic kids gets turned into a small stain on the floor and ceiling. Ooh, and that was Cerberus attacking the academy. Man, that must have been like Christmas for her. Anyway, nice job on getting them out of there.
They were throwing out some impressive biotic power.
Good. We could use some heavy hitters in the biotics department. It'll be good for them too. Biotics face a lot of discrimination. Maybe if they save the galaxy, people will get over their issues.
I didn't expect you to be sensitive about that.
Hey, I'm just tired of them stealing the spotlight from people with actual disabilities. I break ribs if I sneeze too hard. Being able to move crap with your mind is not a handicap. Commander?
It is good to know that Jack has thus far survived the Reaper invasion. I have amusing memories of her attempts to insert additions into my reports to the Elusive Man. Most of them centered around inappropriate uses of the word cockpit. Hello, Shepard.
Oh, that's a... I don't know. Anyway. Oh, well. Let's get Matic 10. There you go.
Commander, I feel terrible about leaving you on Grissom Academy like that.
I did order you to leave.
Yeah, it doesn't make me feel any better. I'm just glad it all worked out. Everything is in order.
Hey there.
That Jack is a mean SOB, but kinda hot. If you like that sort of thing. So, Anderson and Sanders. That's quite a couple. Huh. My dad's last name is Sanders. No relation. Do you hear that hum? Is that just me?
Commander, I was exploring your ship.
Find anything interesting?
One of your crew lived in this space. There are traces of anger.
That was Jack. Anger was her specialty.
Traces of her pain are still present. I'm told she sought revenge against Cerberus when she was here. A goal you helped fulfill. I hope you will do the same for me. At least I have better quarters. During our fight against the Reapers, we had no time for teaching the young anything but war. Only the foolish mourn the loss of innocence. It is inevitable. The galaxy has never rewarded the naive. Commander.
So, Gabby, have you seen Edie's new body?
Oh, I knew this was coming.
I just mean, it's an amazing work of engineering. Elastic titanium silicon polymers, ultra-light harmonic phased power cells.
Mm-hmm.
And if she ever accidentally walks into a wall, there's just so much padding.
Ugh, I knew it.
Wish I were a wall.
You pretty much are, Ken.
It's great to be back.
Feels good to be in an Alliance uniform again.
Welcome aboard, Chief.
Commander?
Power grid is in the green.
Need anything, Commander?
How's Engineer Donnelly working out?
The kid's got talent. Now if he could just learn to shut his damn mouth.
Problems?
I'm sorry, Commander. Donnelly is dedicated, knowledgeable, and thinks on his feet. I'm glad to have him on my team. Could use a lesson or two about respecting chain of command, but I've handled the likes of him before. No need for concern.
How's Engineer Daniels working out?
Her, I like. She's sharp and knows propulsion theory better than most physicists I've met. And she's easy to work with, too. Always said you had an eye for talent. Good job bringing her back to the Alliance.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, sir.
Breaking now. A city of 4 million blasted from orbit. Adelaide, Australia is no more. New footage from Earth reveals the Reaper's plans to attack large industrial centers. Which cities are next? Find out inside the battle space. Commander.
Oh, David Archer's in the AI core. Kaylee Sound Anderson's an observation. Ah, interesting.
Thank you, Commander.
I think you're supposed to have your shirt off or a sleeve rolled up if you're giving a tattoo, Jack. Shouldn't be tattooing her through her sleeve. What are you doing?
You're positive you don't want to come over and talk?
No, the gun battery is nice and quiet. If I throw down some rugs, it'll get downright cozy.
Garrus?
I'll be fine, Liara. Just gathering some thoughts.
All right. It was odd to see an entire academy just for biotic children.
Don't Asari have biotic schools?
Every Asari school includes biotic training programs. It's basic education. Still, those children in the academy were very impressive. I'm sure Jack's proud. Hello, Shepard.
Brothy Notes 2186, Entry 3. If what Javik says is true, his people were imperialists who left the rest of the galaxy quaking in terror, and I think he would sacrifice all of us without a thought if it could bring them all back again. I reviewed my old notes today. They're so childish. Did we romanticize the Protheans because we were dazzled by the technology they left behind? Are these really the people I dedicated my life to studying? Call from Kaylee Sanders to Jack. Jack. Hey, Sanders. Checking on the kids? Sanders. How are they, Jack? They'll do good. This is gonna be long. I got crap to do. I wanted to tell you, I persuaded some Alliance friends to part with that biotic amp you and the children were testing at Grissom. You can pick it up on the Citadel. Damn! One of the LE3 X1s? You know how much shit I could tear up with one of those installed? I had an idea. Look after yourself. Yeah. And hey, thanks. Or I guess it's, yeah. And hey, thanks. Anyway. Email from Kaylee Sanders to David Anderson. David, you won't get this for a while, unless you find an extranet connection working on Earth. I've made it out to this weapon we're building. The device isn't even halfway complete, and it's the most breathtakingly complicated piece of technology I've ever seen. I wish you could see this thing we're creating. It gives me hope. Take care for my sake.
Please enjoy your day.
Thank you.
One of the worst parts of this war is watching the kids react. If they're lucky, they grow up thinking the galaxy is basically a decent place. Some rough spots here and there, but for the most part, life makes sense. Now they find out it was all a lie. They wake up to see these things in the dark that just want to destroy everyone they ever cared about. If they survive, there'll be a lot of angry orphans out there looking for answers. Life just wouldn't have been complete if I didn't see Jack one more time. It's nice to see she's downgraded from dangerous lunatic to mildly insane. You have to admit, though, she did see through Cerberus back in the day. I might have even listened, but her tattoos gave me a headache every time she walked into the room. Looks like we beat Cerberus again. Do you think the elusive man fires lieutenants over failures like this, or just lines them up against the wall and gets it over with? I wish they had had a Grissom Academy for Turians when I was growing up. Always wanted to learn how to paint. Now I mostly paint walls with Reaper blood. Not the same, but it's a living. Not right now.
I'm glad to see we have Garrus back. I wanted to help with his scars, but I think he actually likes them. Hello, Commander.
Looks like you guys are having fun.
Hello, Commander Shepard.
Edie, enjoying yourself?
Shepard, I am tasked to capacity.
The robot says hello.
Ha!
The biotic students are up in the Normandy's observation lounge.
Yes.
Is there anything I can do for you?
Earplugs would be good.
That's pretty good repurposing of dialogue. Not perfect, but...
Edie, I'm surprised your security isn't tighter.
Access to this room is currently restricted. However, these students have not undergone full military training. They are unprepared for the emotional stress of war.
Sorry. She made it quiet.
Don't worry about it.
No apology is necessary.
That part doesn't really make sense. I'm not quite sure what that's supposed to mean. Anyway.
Signal confirmed.
Oh, there it is.
We have located Garneau.
Mojave is a metallic asteroid in the very sparse Nahata Belt. It has a high nickel and iron content in the form of kamacite, The rights to mine Mojave belong to TGES Mineral Works, who sell their products primarily to the colonists of Arvuna. A close flyby reveals light emanating from its facilities. Population 152. All pop estimates are pre-invasion. And then there's other stuff there. Alright, doesn't... Actually, there's going to be some combat here. Let's bring Garrus and Javik. You know what, we'll go with that. I'm going to save up points to get the last operational mastery. So I could do that, or I could do this. See that? Wait, can I do both? Yeah.
We're about 5 minutes out, Commander.
What exactly is on this asteroid?
Mining facility. TGS Mineral Works. Small operation. Could be a good place for Leviathan to hide.
We've all read Edie's notes on Bryson's lab. Any questions?
Is there a clearer idea of what this Leviathan was?
Not really. We only know it killed a Reaper.
But it is this Garneau human, Bryson's partner, we must locate.
Right. If we find Garneau, we find Leviathan.
Understood.
The doctor was right. Anything powerful enough to kill a Reaper needs to be investigated. I just hope Garneau has the answers we need.
I'm reading Reaper enemy signatures in the asteroid field.
Bryson said they were shadowing his field teams. If they're after Leviathan too, Reapers are a good sign.
That's not something you hear every day.
Take us in. Don't go anywhere, Cortez. We'll grab this guy and be right out. Keep me updated on the Reaper situation.
Yes, Commander.
I'm on it. Understood.
Scouting party.
And it sounds like they brought some friends.
Let's get Garneau before the serious troops arrive.
It's likely the civilians will be frightened.
Welcome to TGS Mineral Works. All guests need to sign in at reception.
They should be panicked.
I'm Commander Shepard of the Alliance. You just had Reaper troops attacking your front door.
Are they still there?
I've taken care of them for now.
I see. That will be all.
That will be... Hello?
Yes. Welcome to TGS Mineral Works. How can we help you? Yes. For the tour. Please sign in.
You don't seem worried about those Reapers. You know something I don't?
TGS Mineral Works is a small to mid-level supplier of tungsten to the galaxy.
That's not what I meant.
Are you familiar with the applications of tungsten?
Look, we don't have time to waste. I'm looking for a researcher, Dr. Garneau. He would have arrived within the last couple weeks. If he's still here, I need to speak to him.
We have no Dr. Garneau. Do you need to see a doctor?
How about I just go in and look around?
No. The access elevator is broken. And now, we're done. Step away. Step away. You don't belong here.
Commander, something is wrong here.
Let's look around. Careful.
Stranger and stranger.
We should repair the elevator. What have you heard? Did he die?
Yes, it was an accident.
accident, but he died.
I don't know what to think about that.
I'm looking for a Dr. Garneau.
I don't know what you mean.
Aren't you worried about the Reapers?
We know nothing. Go away.
You don't belong here.
Excuse me.
You don't belong here.
Dr. Triffin, your appeal is denied, your resources are cut off, and you've been reassigned. Clean out your office and report to Dr. Land. There will be no further discussion on this matter.
Welcome to TGS Mineral Works. Proud providers of tungsten since 2162.
You can't be in here. I will call security.
The tests reportedly pushed the subject past his emotional breaking point. The subject is currently in a catatonic state and being treated in hospital. All further tests planned for this subject have been cancelled. Moving forward, a new screening process will be put in place to prevent similar delays.
Turn back. Return to your ship, Commander.
Repair terminal activated.
I'll set the drone to repair the elevator, but we have to stay with it.
Malfunction detected. Elevator off. Repairs initiated.
Access granted. Security log. Past 7 days. Randall, Jan, Garneau, Alex, Bragg, Stephen, Triffin, Fiona.
The elevator security log said Garneau came through here in the last week. Why are they lying about that?
No idea. Let's hope we don't have to look too far.
Welcome to the Mineral Lab. Our researchers are always hard at work.
The Turian pain threshold before psychosis is too high.
What if the pain stimuli is applied more quickly?
Interesting. We should look into that.
This is a restricted security terminal. A level 5 passcode is required for access.
I don't have one.
Access denied.
Turn back. You don't belong here.
Yeah, I'm getting that feeling.
Due to an increase in electrical storm activity, communications with the Beta Site research team have been delayed. We ask all those awaiting data to please be patient. Current forecasts indicate that the storms will dissipate by the end of the week. Regular communications will resume at this time.
Attention. Comm system is offline. This message was not sent.
Bryson, it's Garneau. I've had to go into hiding, and I need you to come get me. I found another one of those artifacts here. More important than we realized. It's in the mines. Here's the nav point. That's where I'll be. If something happens, I'm attaching a passcode that I hacked together. It'll open any security terminal. Bryson, something is very wrong here. Please hurry. Garneau out.
So, he's still here. Do we have that passcode hack?
Yes. Just input it at the security terminal.
TGS Mineral Works has an eye on the future. Cutting-edge research drives us forward.
TGES Personnel Review. Brown, Jeremy. Personnel ID 23195. Sector E Maintenance. Since applying recent feedback, your work has shown a vast improvement. Your work with the corrupted skin samples we acquired was impressive. You are being given a promotion and a raise in security access level. Thank you for your hard work. This review is confidential. Employees are encouraged not to leave reviews in view of others.
Personnel ID.
Turn back, Commander. Turn back, Commander.
TGS Mineral Works is focused on.
This is a restricted area. An active patient file number is required.
I don't have that.
Access denied.
You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be here.
Turn back. You shouldn't be here. Punch in Garneau's terminal hack and see what it gets us.
Access granted.
A ship dropped him off a week ago.
Looks like he had full access, then went into hiding for some reason.
Unknown male was involved in an altercation in the mines.
This Garneau human was headed to the mines.
Looks like he was taken to the medbay.
You are in the mineral lab, a low security, all access area. The medbay is restricted to authorized personnel with active patient file numbers.
I've got the file number.
Let's go get Garneau.
Even estimating 60 days for complete global starvation. That's the merciful route.
Absolutely. That's the data to use.
Note to staff, this new crossbreed appears harmless and would be inconspicuous in an office environment. However, it is extremely dangerous. Use extreme caution when working with all third-generation plants.
So is it just me, or are these people doing everything but mining?
Have you seen Dr. Garneau?
You shouldn't be here.
Evolutionary implications of human biotics.
Turn back. You shouldn't be here.
To whoever is moving my stuff, some of the data I've been compiling on how historical weather events affect our government have gone missing. If you moved it, please return it. It is the culmination of years of research. If you need me to help you find space for your project, just ask. I'd be happy to help. Tanis.
This is a restricted area. Personnel ID number is required.
ID 231-95.
Access granted.
December 23rd, 2178. Andrea, I miss you. Why won't you return my emails? Your mother is very ill and needs to see you. I love you. Come home soon. Dad. The quality of the ore samples from Sector 4 are tapering off. As of 1/15/2175, that area will begin decommissioning procedures. Head of Mining Operations, Del Clausmere. I already read that one. That's where I came from. Okay, so then we continue this way.
Tungsten is remarkably versatile, endlessly finding exciting ways to improve and expand our operations.
This is a restricted area. An active patient file number is required.
File 7364.
Access granted.
Turn back, Commander.
Is that Garneau?
If it is, we came a long way for nothing.
If you are looking for Garneau, you have found him. I am Dr. Garneau.
I'm Commander Shepard of the Alliance. Are you all right?
Yes. Only I'm trapped in here.
What's been going on in this place?
I was doing my research. Until the incident.
They attacked you.
It's true. But aside from my confinement, I'm fine.
Bryson's research led me to you.
Bryson sent you?
He's dead, Doctor. Killed by his assistant.
I see.
I need you to tell me everything you found on the Leviathan. Bryson seemed to think it killed a Reaper.
It's a myth. A dead end.
But what about the artifact you mentioned in your message?
I did? No.
Yes, Doctor, you did. But now we've got Reaper forces attacking, so I need to break you out. We'll grab the artifact and go.
Reapers. The darkness must not be breached.
The darkness?
Why do you pursue me?
Doctor?
Leave the artifact. You will not take what is mine.
He is not himself. This is not Garneau we are talking to.
You killed a Reaper. I need your help.
You bring only death.
Someone has cut the power. There he is.
Leave this place.
Wait! We need to get to that artifact before he does.
He said it was in the mines.
We'll need to find a different route. Garneau's notes gave us a point for the artifact.
The map indicates a service door at the next tram station.
Looks like we're not the only ones headed that way.
Of course not. Wherever we are, always expect an 80% chance of reach.
careful. Enemies in the upper balcony.
Watch our flank.
Oh, great. Banshee, no.
There's the door.
Okay, let's find that artifact.
What just happened?
Looks like the door's power supply has been cut.
There are the trouble spots. The drone can repair it.
We'll need to escort it.
But the drone is damaged. Its power reserves are limited.
Let's make it quick then. One repair done. One to go. You gotta hold on a little longer.
Understood. Stay close to the drone.
Got it.
need to be closer to the drone.
Watch it, Banshee!
Let's head back. Door should be online.
Was that a miss? Where did it go? There it is. Stay still long enough before me. There we go. Alright, I need ammo. Ammunition anywhere? Ah. Well, that's some at least.
That artifact, it's
like in Bryson's office. Move! I've got a shot!
Turn back!
Garneau!
damn it.
Commander, come quickly.
What have you got?
That human was not the one called Garneau. This is. And he's been dead for a while.
So, Leviathan can have Bryson killed, can take over this colony, and he can use them as puppets. Huh. Anything else useful?
Encrypted data. There's also a personal log with 8 missed calls from someone named Dr. Anne Bryson.
Anne Bryson?
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I'm Commander Shepard. Are you all right?
I think so. I feel strange, but all right.
Can you tell me anything about what happened to you?
Not really. I remember it just seemed cold. I remember a feeling cold and dark.
If dark was a feeling, that's exactly what I felt.
That artifact, do you know where it came from?
Came out of the mine. Right. Head office was supposed to send someone. That's about all I can...
Do you recognize this man?
I've never seen him before in my life.
Someone here killed him.
Someone here? How is that possible? I'm so sorry.
Cortez, what's your situation? Can you bring the shuttle?
Affirmative. Strangest thing. Couple of minutes ago, the Reaper forces broke off and left.
Reaper. What's a Reaper?
What year do you think this is?
2176.
2176 was 10 years ago.
What?
Let's arrange for these people to be evacuated into temporary quarantine.
If these people have been out of it for that long, they are in for a shock.
It would seem Leviathan has the power to take down a Reaper, and possesses the ability to indoctrinate.
Do you think it actually is a Reaper?
If it is a Reaper, then I want to know what it's up to. How long has it been out here? And more importantly, why? Edie, did we get anything from Garneau's notes?
Yes. They suggest that Garneau created a way to block the artifact's mind-affecting properties. The artifact seems to be the key.
Agreed. When I head back to Bryson's office, I want you there.
Yes, Commander.
I want to know just what the hell these artifacts really are and what they can do.
Whatever they are, they're too dangerous to have around.
And we've got one sitting right in the middle of the Citadel.
All right.
Biotics is the ability. The Reaper called Banshees are the corrupted Asari often found leading a Reaper strike force. The Reapers create them specifically from Asari with active or latent predispositions to becoming Ardot Yakshi, a rare neurological condition that enhances the Asari's biotic power while causing the immediate death of anyone she mates with. Lumbering as though in constant pain, the emaciated Banshees are surprisingly durable opponents. They are devastating biotics, able to hurl lethal balls of energy and create shock waves as they regenerate. What Alliance military finds most disturbing is the Banshee's ability to spawn her own warp field and seemingly teleport during combat. Although their wails have no apparent physiological effect, the psychological impact is undeniable. When Banshees die, their Ardot Yakshi genetics twist against them, causing a biotic implosion to ensure they evade capture. The Reaper called Ravagers are former Rachni that the Reapers have transformed into heavy artillery through a process of implantation and genetic modification. As walking organic turrets, they can sustain and inflict considerable damage. Ravagers bear egg sacs that continuously spawn swarmers. If the sacs are destroyed either during combat or upon the Ravager's death, their entire contents burst forth to charge the enemy and explode on contact. A dead Ravager expels a caustic gas and an acidic puddle. Alliance scientists have theorized that it is easiest for the Reapers to maintain control over units of Rachni genetic extraction because of the species' neurological predisposition for hive mind consensus. The Reaper weapon, nicknamed Black Star, is so advanced that Alliance scientists can only offer speculation about how it works. The gun appears to exploit an Element Zero core and mass effect fields to fire gravitational singularities, micro black holes that revert to their natural lethality when they impact a solid object. Researchers theorize that the blast tears apart the strong nuclear forces that hold the target's atoms together, resulting in a localized fusion reaction in light atoms and a localized fission reaction in heavy atoms. If that hypothesis is correct, the weapon alters nuclei, thus changing the chemical composition of the target. This destroys organic tissue, corrodes surviving armor, and leaves a visible trail of light-emitting particles. Although some might argue that the Black Star's single-launch capability makes it a liability, its capacity for utter destruction is essential when the user requires large-scale, instantaneous damage.
Battle report. Fall of Elysium. Order of battle. Cast rep. Friendly assets. Systems Alliance 7th Fleet. 1 carrier, 14 cruisers, 2 frigates. Carrier composition. 80 or complement. Carrier complement. 80 F-61 Trident fighters. 40 SX-3 interceptors. Losses. Estimated 65% killed in action / missing in action. 5 cruisers, 8 frigates, 78 fighters, 36 interceptors. Estimated 2.2% damaged, 1 carrier, 2 interceptors. Enemy assets estimated. Reaper fleet. 10 Sovereign-class capital ships. 29 Destroyer-class ships. 5 non-sentient troop carriers. Unknown quantity collector Oculus-class fighters. Losses, approximately 18.5% KIA/MIA, 5 destroyers and 3 troop carriers, and greater than 160 fighters. Approximately 4.5% damage, 2 destroyers. Report as follows. The Reaper forces arrived in the Petra Nebula without warning, their force likely arriving from Batarian space. Almost immediately, they destroyed Grissom Academy and advanced toward Elysium. The 7th Fleet, led by the SSV Maxwell, harried the invading force, launching fighter squadrons before withdrawing to the far side of the planet. Shuttles and civilian transports began a desperate attempt to evacuate as many people and supplies as possible. Half of the frigates from the 7th Fleet fled towards the planet, feigning a panicked withdrawal, which led the Reapers into range of Elysium's planetary defense system. The Maxwell's fighter contingent then darted up from the atmosphere, launching a barrage of disruption torpedoes as the Skyllian Mark V surface-to-orbit cannons opened fire. The Reaper landing force was severely damaged and several of their ships were destroyed. Although the STO barrage held the invasion line back, a Sovereign-class ship exited FTL in close proximity to the SSV Maxwell, swarming it with a large number of Oculus fighters before engaging its escort cruisers. The escorts were both destroyed, and without its fighter squadrons to provide cover, several Oculi entered the Maxwell's fighter bays. As a result, they inflicted severe internal damage before Marine crews could repel the boarders with heavy weapons. The Maxwell's withdrawal and the arrival of several large Reapers caused the fight to turn more desperate. The fighter contingent, unable to refuel or rearm, was left only with short-range armaments. The surface-to-orbit bombardments had ended after the Reapers eliminated them with orbital strikes, cratering most of Illyria. At this point, the Alliance fleet was routed away from the planet. Elements of the 103rd Marine Division had already been dispatched to Elysium and were preparing ground defenses. Several ships, most notably the SSV Shanghai and SSV Adelaide, volunteered to remain behind in order to facilitate covert extractions of the Marines and surviving fighter crews. The remaining ships successfully escorted the heavily damaged SSV Maxwell to the relay. System evaluation recommendations. With the damage inflicted by the orbital strikes, HumInt reports show that Elysium's infrastructure has been decimated and Reaper ground forces are in control of most of the planet. Alright.
Commander.
That's
Here
going...
we had to evac another colony. Losing a lot. Don't hear about the Reapers losing much.
Well, Reapers don't have colonies. Neither does Cerberus. If they did, we could drop an asteroid on them.
Alright, that is going to do it for this episode. Be sure to hit like on the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to be kept up to date on future uploads.